Beauty pageants are a time-honored tradition in the United States. And now they're coming to the world of artificial intelligence. These pageants are infamously known for judging contestants on their looks and their looks alone. The contestants' smarts don't come into the picture that often. This contestant is pretty much incoherent.
Some people out there in our nation don't have maps, and I believe that our education, like such as in South Africa and the Iraq, everywhere like such as.
This contestant doesn't mind being stupid.
If you were given a chance to choose to become beautiful but not too smart, or very smart and not too beautiful, what would you prefer to be and why?
Well, I'd rather choose to be beautiful.
And this contestant has a weird way of announcing her country. But don't worry, all of this beauty pageant cringiness is going to get exponentially worse. That's because the first inaugural AI pageant, one where no humans are allowed, launched this year, and it already has 1,500 applicants. Now, do you want to learn more about this pageant, find out who the finalists are, and see how the humans behind these AI creations are making tens of thousands of dollars off them every single month? Well, by the end of this video, you'll learn all about that and more. Plus, you'll find out why the AI judges for this pageant, judges that on first glance seem completely innocent and harmless, will actually have a huge impact on humanity. AI social media influencers have started to take over the internet. Aitana Lopez, the artificial intelligent content creator out of Barcelona, Spain, was one of the first to start this craze. She was created by the AI modeling agency called Clueless.ai and has over 300,000 followers, many of them oblivious to the fact she's not real. Even though Aitana is completely fake, prominent companies like Victoria's Secret and Olaplex pay her up to $1,000 per Instagram post to mention their brands. This isn't some kid's game. These entities are making real money for their human overlords, sometimes up to $200,000 per year. Marketers have also caught on to this trend and see the value of AI influencers. They realize that they can create these fake social media personalities to match their brand to a T, which ultimately gains them more followers and as a result, more sales. A recent survey found that 63% of all marketers plan to use AI in their social media campaigns in the near future. Not only that, but 58% of consumers follow virtual influencers on sites like TikTok, Facebook, and X.com right now, even though they might not even know it. So as you can see, these synthetic content creators are exploding in popularity. And as a consequence, unexpected things are starting to emerge. One of the most notable being AI beauty pageants. The World of AI Creators, or WAICA for short, launched the first AI beauty pageant earlier this year. It was invented by the marketing company Fanvue in what appears to help them promote their own product. But the contest is legitimate. It's free and anyone can enter it as long as they know how to create these fake influencers. And that's exactly what a lot of people have done. Close to 2,000 people have submitted their AI social media content creators to the pageant in hopes of winning the $20,000 plus in prize money. Just recently, the entries were whittled down to 10 finalists, which can be seen here. The overall winner will be chosen by 4 judges in the near future. So over the next few weeks, it's going to be interesting to see what AI influencer becomes the official Miss AI. But the ultimate winner of this pageant isn't the real story. You see, the real story of the AI beauty pageant is that 2 of the judges are AI entities themselves. These fake judges will be using their own synthetic reasoning to determine who will be the winner. On the surface, that might not seem like a huge deal, but I assure you it is. That's because AI judges will have to decide for themselves which criteria makes Miss AI Miss AI. Is it her beauty? Is it her personality? Is it her tech skills? Or is it her stance on social justice issues?
I'm a robot, not an idiot.
The AI will have to determine which of these criteria are the most important. This somewhat meaningless judgment at a fake pageant is a precursor of what will likely happen when AI infiltrates our world in the coming years. In the future, AI will not just be used to determine who wins a frivolous beauty contest, but instead it will be used to make important decisions for humanity. AI robots will become mayors of large cities, It will teach your kids at school. It will run the military of the United States, and it will eventually complete surgeries at your local hospitals. And the artificial intelligence used to do all of this must be trained by someone. Right now, there are only a handful of large companies that do that. OpenAI, Anthropic, Google, and Mistral are a few. What's surprising is that more than 50% of these corporations are based in California. And whether you like it or not, a lot of these employees have similar ideologies and beliefs. Beliefs that end up infiltrating consumer AI models. Ones like Gemini and ChatGPT that we use in our everyday lives. Now, companies like OpenAI will deny this. They'll say they're doing whatever it takes to make their AI models unbiased. But that's just about impossible to do. Humans are inherently and implicitly biased. It's impossible to get rid of. It can only be mitigated. So when a human is used to help train AI, it's pretty much guaranteed that the trainee's implicit biases will end up in the resulting AI model. It's already happening. Earlier this year, Google's Gemini had a problem with outputting historically inaccurate pictures. When asked to feature US senators from the 1800s, it outputted Native Americans. And we all know Native Americans were not on the Senate in the 1800s. Google trained their model to output pictures like this because they wanted to be inclusive and show diversity. But doing this caused historical facts to be skewed and outright wrong. This is just one example of human bias that shows up in AI models. If the same LLM was trained in Japan, for example, the people training the AI probably wouldn't have made the AI be so diverse or equitable. Let me be clear though. There's no right or wrong answer on how future LLMs should be trained. The point is that bias and cultural norms will show up in the resulting AI models no matter what. And that's a scary thought, because if only a handful of AI companies end up controlling AI, the ideologies of those companies will forever shape the future of humanity. Those trillion-dollar companies will decide what is right and what is wrong, whether you agree with that or not. So imagine a world where Google trains an AI doctor to only treat patients based on their skin color, their economic status, or by their age. Even if 80% of the US population disagrees with this hypothetical example, it won't matter because Google will have the power to do what they want regardless of general sentiment. If this plays out, everyday citizens would essentially have no say in the major decisions of the world. Instead, a few huge trillion-dollar corporations would be in charge. They would essentially determine the future of humanity. They would have all the power. Now, hopefully none of this happens, and training AI becomes less centralized over time. Maybe one day, worldwide AI regulations will require that AI training be spread out in countries throughout the world. So instead of 50% of all AI training taking place in San Francisco, it would instead be required to take place in countries like Egypt, Brazil, Serbia, and Vietnam to flatten out the biases. Time will only tell how all this plays out. No one has a crystal ball. It's hard to predict what will happen. We just have to go off the clues that are starting to emerge today. But just remember, the next time that you see some cool AI news, like the launch of an AI beauty pageant, take a moment of pause, because something as innocent as that might just have a far greater impact on humanity than it might first appear. That's it for tonight. If you want to learn more about interesting AI topics, check out my other vid, AI Girlfriends, the next big addiction. And if you found this video interesting, please subscribe to this YouTube channel and my free AI email newsletter at fry-ai.com/subscribe. Have a great night. This is Ryan signing out. Take care.